Hello everyone and welcome back to the Warwick F1 Show. Thought-provoking, intellectual, cerebral even, all words that adequately describe the kind of discourse that we enjoy here on the Warwick F1 Show. It's highbrow podcasting, but not today. Today we lower our brows and we lobotomize our discourse because we are breaching uncharted territory. As you may have guessed from the title, this is quite a different episode to our usual spiel. We're going to be selecting our driver most likely to from a broad range of questions covering many topics ranging from surviving the Hunger Games all the way to getting banned on Xbox voice chat. I know it'll make more sense when we get into it. So I'm joined for this episode by my co-hosts Callum and Lucy. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Let's just get straight into it, shall we? With our first question. Which is the driver most likely to upload a targeted Instagram story? And what I mean by that is something that is uploaded for everyone to see, but it is directed at or about one person in their individual life. So this driver needs to be quite petty, someone who's going to take a dig at someone quite publicly.
I can already see the viewer count going down as we hit this point in the episode.
What are you talking about, Callum? As engaged as ever, I'm sure. Do you have a driver in mind?
Do I have a driver in mind? I mean, I think this one was actually one of the easier categories for me. I mean, so Lucy, you mentioned Russell, which I think probably most people would say. I mean, I know you've got someone different, Daniel. I thought Alonso as well because I know he likes to I'm thinking of the Palmer karma moment when it's like that is kind of like a real life version of targeting.
He likes to go public.
He does. He likes to go public with his complaints. So I think Alonso is quite. He doesn't hold back over the radio. That's the kind of person that we're looking for this targeted Instagram.
Yeah, he kind of uses the media as a tool, doesn't he, to kind of get his way in.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lucy?
I did mention Russell because I think it's kind of, like you mentioned, somebody quite petty who's also kind of not unwilling to take an issue with somebody more publicly. It's kind of, this isn't somebody just sending somebody a WhatsApp message to be to call someone out. This is somebody directly using their Instagram stories. I think George Russell does possess Instagram, so this is feasible.
All of the drivers possess Instagram now.
Wait, do all of the drivers possess Instagram?
They do now.
They do,
yeah.
okay.
Fair enough.
Since Vettel got his account, I think.
Yeah.
All of them have, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. I mean...
I also thought maybe one of Ocon or Gasly, probably about the other.
The other.
Probably about the other.
That's what I was trying to think
Gasly
about.
quite famously uses Instagram.
I haven't even considered which driver. I don't follow any of the drivers on Instagram.
And it could be about somebody completely unrelated, but I interpreted the question as most likely to make a targeted Instagram story about another driver.
Yes.
I think
I feel like one of those two, potentially both of those two, could make one about the other.
I feel like it'd be Russell if it was
teammates.
Unjustified, because he just has a go at people for no reason, even if it's his fault.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Kota.
He just fully turned in on me.
He fully turned into me. No, he didn't. He took the racing line.
He'd just do it to get ahead of the media curve. He's very much if I say it first, then
the moment he gets out of the car, he's just on his phone. Right, I need to upload an Instagram story to get the right story out now.
I believe it was an FP1 when one of the young drivers was in for FP1 and one of their mechanics accidentally left their phone in the car while they were driving around.
Oh, I think so.
But that would be Russell. He just has his phone in the car, and the second somebody drives into him, he's just up on Instagram.
How would you do that? You just I don't know if you've seen the manoeuvrability in that.
Get a pocket.
If you're stuck in the gravel, then you've not got anything to do. Just get out your phone.
Imagine you just start vlogging when you're in the gravel.
You're watching the F1 race, and then you see George Russell is live on Instagram.
It's what?
Oh, dear.
That's how you find out that he's DNF'd, because you're not watching the race live, you just open Instagram.
He just cuts to a video of him, when he's on the back of the motorcycle, the one that brings you back to the paddock.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a selfie stick.
He's got a GoPro.
Yeah, he's got a GoPro of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
One of those three was who I considered, because I considered they'd be the most likely to do one about another driver. But there is the possibility that also it's just about some random person that we don't know exists that they just have beef.
Who was the person that Liam Lawson had a lot of beef with?
That was my
Everyone?
pick. Actually,
Really?
I was trying to think
Liam
about
Lawson?
drivers who kind of went at each
Yeah,
other
see,
for
I
a
just
while and
thought
had some
about
beef.
drivers in general, not drivers like trying to have a go at each other.
Yeah.
So who was it with Liam Lawson?
I was thinking Lawson and Perez.
That was it. Yeah,
They had very petty beef
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
To be
when-
fair, that was at the time when it was like very obvious that Lawson was going to take Perez's job. So
It did. It did.
So-
it did
Yeah,
look
maybe
more like
Perez
that.
It
has
was
chilled out a
rational.
little bit now that he's
It
at
was-
Cadillac.
I don't think
was
he has.
rational. I
Does
don't
he
think
not?
so.
He was racing him in Australia very.
Oh really?
Yeah, quite
No,
aggressively.
no love lost there.
No.
then.
And none at all, I think. But that was
That's a potential option as well.
yeah. They are likely to do that about each other, I think. But okay, so we've established mostly that George Russell is the most likely to be an influencer.
If it was, I'm thinking like a pre-2018, I would have said Verstappen because he just like complains about everyone and he gets annoyed at everyone. Like I think like maybe a little bit currently. I've got Verstappen as some other categories as well, but like back before 2018, what like before Ricardo left, like he was just he was just so immature and
I also
angry.
feel Verstappen wouldn't use a targeted Instagram story as a medium.
That's
for
true.
his
He
dislike.
might just actually fight someone.
He would just confront them, I think.
He would just confront them in person. That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Like
Whereas I
Qatar
feel like
24.
George Russell, if George Russell had been an F1 driver in like the 1980s, he would have fully like every time somebody like made contact with him, he would have called a press conference
Yeah,
to
because
talk about
you're
it.
looking for someone of this category that whines. I'm not someone who's like aggressive and angry and like really shouts their concerns. It's just
That'll
someone
come
who's
later.
like petty and whiny over the radio, and that is like the epitome of Russell.
Would it be like an Instagram story with like no background to it, just like a
It'll be
wall
in
of
create
text?
mode. So we're talking like a colourful background and like a wall of white text.
Okay, you guys have used Instagram a lot more than
Sorry,
I have.
yeah.
So.
I've posted
Getting
like
quite
5
advanced.
Instagram stories in my life.
This
I
is
don't
someone
know what
who
I'm doing.
did some of the Instagram stuff for the Warwick F1 last year, but it was just all the same thing because I didn't know how it worked. But
Well, to be fair, in my head, Lewis Hamilton uses create mode quite a lot, but it's not normally to whine about something. It's just
I would say
No, he's-
Hamilton
and be like
Hamilton's
motivational.
not someone who can hold a grudge. Over
no,
something, so
I'd say so. Yeah, you're right.
he'd think twice before uploading that Instagram story. You know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He
Okay.
might like have like a whole draft section where he writes them, but he wouldn't actually post them.
Yeah, just to kind
Like-
of
like the
just
equivalent
to
of, like,
get it
having a
out of
journal.
him. Yeah, just to get it out, but you wouldn't actually voice it.
Like having
yeah.
a journal, like just
Lewis Hamilton most likely to journal.
Lewis
okay.
Hamilton has a journal
There we
and
go.
George Russell has the burn book.
Yes.
I can see that. Okay, I think we've explored that topic pretty thoroughly. Let's move on to the next one, which is driver most likely to survive the Hunger Games. This was kind of a trend, I think, in 2021, 2022, maybe. There was a website on the Hunger Games where you could just put a load of
It's
names
still
in.
there.
And there is a website where you can insert a load of names and it will generate a story involving those people, but I don't think it was very representative of the driver's overall resourcefulness and craftiness, which is what we're looking for in this category. Lucy, anyone in mind?
I mean, I was thinking, if we're assuming the Hunger Games as we've seen it portrayed in the books and movies so far,
Preferably.
we're thinking natural environment, survival skills, combine that with a bit of ruthlessness. I was thinking, where have we seen drivers kind of exemplify maybe some sort of being around nature? And so I thought, Charles Leclerc sitting in a field in Zandvoort. And then I thought,
He's not going
And
to get
then
very
I
far if
thought-
he just
and
sits
then-
on a hill.
And then I thought, no, that's not going to work because he would get despondent 5 minutes in and not do anything. So then I was trying to think, to be honest, were it not for the fact that I don't think he'd care enough, if we were doing old drivers, I might have considered Kimi Räikkönen because of like Finnish survival experience and rallying and stuff. And I feel more familiarity with extreme circumstances. Maybe Bottas then for the similar
I was going to
reason,
say,
but-
well, when you said one with nature, I immediately thought with Bottas because he's just constantly like just naked on his Instagram,
I'm
like, out
90%
in some forest or something.
To be
like, what are you
honest,
doing?
one of the things where like Bottas took one of his various naked pictures looked exactly like the river from the first Hunger Games movie. So
there you go.
so potentially him, in terms of who I feel could. But then there's also the other side, and I feel like we've said Alonso already. I feel like he would have no qualms like pushing Lance Stroll off a cliff to like win.
Oh. Oh.
In this hypothetical scenario.
If Lawrence
out of
Stroll is
all-
out of the picture and he's no longer paying his wages, then yes.
Out
quite
of all of
possibly.
the drivers,
Oh
in-
my days.
none of them are likely to push someone off a cliff, but out of all of them,
I just said Lawson because I was thinking when we said like in nature, I was thinking like the country that the drivers are from. He's from New Zealand, which is like that's mostly like wilderness.
It's pretty rural.
Yeah. So maybe he would know how to adapt more to that environment.
yeah, but Liam Lawson then would be good at Lord of the Rings because they filmed that in New Zealand.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
So he'd survive in
Mordor.
Middle Earth and Mordor.
So for our next category, who's most likely to survive in
Wait, I
Mordor?
guess then
we
maybe
covered it.
because part of the Hunger Games is also sorry. I read the Hunger Games books like 7,000 times when I was younger.
I've not seen or read the Hunger
Part
Games.
of the
sorry,
other
I
part of the other element of it is that they just introduce random animals that shouldn't exist and that like will try and kill you. So maybe then Oscar Piastri. That's just what Australia is.
That is Australia.
That
Wow, that's a good point.
the Hunger Games is just Australia, guys. Just your average day
no
in
wonder I love
Australia.
those books so much. It
Okay,
just felt
Oscar.
like home.
Yeah, okay.
But he feels too like calm and chill for the Hunger Games. Like, you have to kind of be constantly
But
alert.
I feel there's
He's
like,
cutthroat though. He's
but-
really cutthroat.
Maybe,
as,
yeah.
And as the most recent Hunger Games book, Sunrise on the Reaping, told us, the 49th Hunger Games were won by somebody who didn't actually kill anyone. She just outlasted everyone. And I feel Oscar Piastri could do that.
Maybe.
Because he's so calm, he wouldn't panic and his heart rate would stay fairly low, so he wouldn't consume as many calories, which means he could last longer.
He's probably disciplined enough, is what I'd say as well.
Yeah.
And also he's got
self-discipline.
Mark Webber, like, supplying him with stuff while he's there.
Whoa, we haven't
Like in the parachute drops things. I forgot about them.
Yeah, sponsors.
Mark Webber's just there pressing a button and like, give him like a
That's
care
literally
package
the
or
whole
something.
point of the Hunger Games. Is
Oh,
that if
okay.
you're
I haven't
popular
seen it
enough-
already.
Is that if you're popular enough, people can send you supplies.
Oh, I did not realise this.
Probably not.
Okay, well then popularity has to come into it, right?
Charles Leclerc's winning.
No, we've already established she's just going to sit in a
Oh.
field.
Yeah, but he'll...
He'll enjoy the rest of his life,
Yeah.
so he won't live too long to win.
Exactly. Yeah.
Daniel, what do you think?
I don't know what to think anymore. I picked Alonso because I think he's very cunning and quite resourceful. But
I love how you actually rationalised it and I just went...
But he's
Oh, I
older.
love that, though.
Like is youth going to come into it in terms of survivability?
I think Alonso's pretty spry, don't you?
I don't know. I've never really looked into that side of the drivers before.
I
Fair
feel
enough.
like with the physical state all the F1 drivers are in,
That's
it
true.
wouldn't play enough of a role for it
Yeah,
to...
that's a good point.
This is not like the actual Hunger Games where it's 12 to 18-year-olds and therefore obviously a 12-year-old's going to lose against an 18-year-old.
There are 12-year-olds in the Hunger Games?
Yeah, it's the whole
Okay,
thing is
gee.
that it's people between the ages of 12 and 18.
Jeez.
This probably wasn't a great category for Cam. I probably should have checked that you both actually know
No,
the
I've
Hunger
not
Games.
seen. I've not seen the Hunger Games.
Right, okay.
But like, I'm guessing what it's like. I think. Maybe.
You
It's
followed
like
it pretty well.
survival, like
Yeah.
Survival
it's
and then killing each other.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We've nearly got enough people for the Hunger Games. It's 24 people. We've got 22.
Oh, right.
So we just
Find 2 reserve drivers.
Yeah.
Find two
bring back Vettel.
2 unlucky.
He just ran a marathon. He'll be up for it.
Yeah, find 2 unlucky Formula 2 drivers.
They're going to do rock paper scissors. Who doesn't get to go into the Hunger Games?
Yeah. Or like the 2 drivers who have most recently left F1.
So,
Who would they be? I don't know. I just want to see Magnussen.
Yuki
in it.
Tsunoda.
I think
Oh my god!
I think
oh,
K-Mag would do
Mag-
really well.
Magnussen would win. Magnussen would win. No, if he was still in the spot, Magnussen would win.
Yeah,
I'm calling it now.
absolutely.
It'd be easy
Absolutely.
win.
Easy.
He would not have a problem killing every other driver on the grid, as he did in F1, frankly.
Yeah.
So
2024, crazy. Next question. Which is the driver most likely to get banned from Xbox voice chat?
Verstappen.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I'm surprised.
Surely
that's a
it's
great thing.
Verstappen. Like, he's almost banned from just general voice chat in F1. So, like, why wouldn't he be banned from Xbox?
yeah,
Fair.
I feel that the currently only driver to get like fined for swearing is probably going to be the one who we put at the top of this list.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think we mentioned before this honourable mention to Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah,
who
if he, was,
isn't here.
if he was still in the sport,
I
he
feel
would also
like
be a
not
contender.
at somebody else, but I feel like also just might get banned because he gets mad at himself. Maybe Hadjar just has like a crash out.
He loses a game of Fortnite. He just like
He just, like-
crashes out.
he just has an existential crisis.
Yeah, absolutely. But I heard a thing. I heard that Kimi Antonelli was banned from iRacing voice chat since
Really?
since he was like 12 years old.
Oh, I did hear that.
I'm
actually.
sure that's a thing. I don't know if it's true,
I
but
mean,
it's
like
definitely a thing.
he speaks. He's very like well spoken and polite and stuff when he's in interviews. What if when he's in the driver, he just becomes like the most abusive,
And
like
also-
racist guy
and
you've
also-
ever heard?
And also, like, for a fair few of these drivers, we mainly hear them speak in their second language. Maybe they're just like swearing all the time in like Italian or like Dutch or like.
I'm not sure they'd be able to
Spanish
do that
and
on
French
F1
and
TV though.
Portuguese. No, but like in terms of just when you're not in a scenario that's F1 where it's like.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, you can say whatever you want in the car as long as the radio button's not on.
Yeah.
then, I can't imagine that from Kimi Antonelli, but there's obviously a reason for it.
I'm going to go ahead and say I've picked Kimi Antonelli for this next question as well, which is driver most likely to talk in the middle of a film, specifically at the cinema when it's packed and everyone's trying to enjoy the film.
You shouldn't.
You
be
shouldn't
speaking.
And you
that.
should not speak during
Yeah,
the film.
Yeah,
I've picked Antonelli because I don't know if you've noticed, but during the national anthems, he likes to like turn to the drivers either side of him and like
Wait,
engage
seriously?
them, engage him in a small chat. Yeah, he likes to make a comment or two during the national anthems. It's what I've noticed, so that's why I picked him.
I never realised that.
I never realised that.
I went for. I thought Ricardo, if he was still on the grid, just because he's a very chatty guy. I also maybe said, like, I also thought distracting wise might be Norris because he might be able to just like not stop laughing at something, or he would just, I don't know, get bored and start talking to someone else next to him or something.
I feel as well, what is the scenarios around the chatting? Is it getting bored? Is it getting distracted? Or is it, i.e. the only time I ever talk, not in the cinema, I don't talk in the cinema, but like when I'm watching a film, which is where I'll be like, they copied this word for word from the book or something. And like,
like trivia, yeah, like kind of
trivia.
saying fun facts as well.
Because if it's just saying random facts, then also honourable mention to Sebastian Vettel no longer on the grid.
Yeah.
The walking encyclopedia.
Yeah. I feel though if Antonelli just chats through the national anthems, then I'm going to go with Daniel on this one because that's basically the same thing.
No, I think so. If it was, I don't know whether like.
Also, I feel Antonelli's part of like now the TikTok generation where his attention span's probably like
Yeah,
by
you're
like
for
an
a
hour and a
younger
half
driver.
into the film, he's like ready to start chatting.
Yeah.
Probably.
He's bored of it
Yeah.
already.
Next category. Driver most likely to submit their summative essay a day later after the due date. Someone who's quite forgetful, maybe, a procrastinator, someone who's not very organised. I'm thinking Norris for this one because I feel like if he didn't have someone from McLaren regulating his day and scheduling it, I feel like he'd be quite chaotic and kind of all over the place in his organisation and his schedule. But that was my take on it, Callum.
I actually said, going back to like all of like, I feel like Bottas goes on like a lot of like side quests and stuff like that, and so he wouldn't actually have like his degree as his first priority, so therefore he would be submitting it a day later and he'd be pulling an all-nighter beforehand, in my mind at least. That's what I thought for this guy.
He'd be in Indonesia doing his exam or something.
Yeah,
He's the
he'd be
type
on
of
like some
guy-
random holiday
Yeah, exactly.
and posting about it on Instagram.
Yeah,
and he's like, I'll just do an extension or something.
I did
Exactly.
once do an exam while on a train.
You did an exam while on the train?
Yeah,
That's risky, no?
yeah, it was.
I once did a podcast episode on the train, and it was in France. So I didn't realize I didn't realize it was a bad thing in France to talk on the phone on the train. So I just got really and I got a load of death stares on the train. Yeah, that was not a good.
They clearly weren't F1 fans.
I kind of
No,
agree.
if they knew the importance of what I was doing,
if only.
then they'd be like, okay, that's fine.
I kind of agree with your takes. I also, before this, if I said honourable mention if we were doing teams to Williams because they literally did their summative, i.e. their testing. Well, I guess that's more of a formative.
I feel like testing's pretty formative.
Testing's the formative.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
submitted
yeah.
their formative like a whole 3 weeks late by not going to first testing. I can't really explain it. For some reason, I feel like Colapinto would do the same. Would also do that. Like I don't have any rationale behind it.
He
I
just
feel
gives
like-
off the vibes of someone who's quite unorganised.
I feel like he's on it because the spectre of like Flavio Briatore is like haunting him, and if that wasn't there, that he would be less organised.
I feel like as well. Now that I'm just from scrolling through the drivers and just what comes to me, I feel like Sainz is like a kind of, he'd be quite popular, and so he'd go out and be doing stuff and socialising rather than doing his degree.
He's responsible, though, I think.
Yeah.
You
is
think
the
he's
thing.
responsible?
He'd definitely be popular. I think he's also
feel
responsible.
Like Signs gives much more of the vibe of he's going out and doing stuff like 3 days before his exam is his summative is due, and you think he's not doing his degree, but it's actually that he's already done it.
Okay. Yeah, maybe he's very good at organising.
As in, he
his
goes
time
and
then.
does stuff with the other people who are procrastinating, but he's just finished.
Yeah. I think so. I think he's quite strategic. Next question. Which driver is most likely to participate in street racing?
To do what? Sorry.
Street racing.
Street racing.
Like
Yeah.
as in just speed.
Oh right.
No, street race like as Fast and Furious type
Oh,
stuff.
like in Greece.
Grease.
Yeah, Greece.
What,
The
like
movie Greece.
Grease Lightning?
Yeah.
What other Greece?
They
is
do
there?
street. They like I thought
Yeah,
the country.
that's like the whole premise.
Oh wait, so hang on. So
Is it?
by street race, maybe we should have clarified this
Yeah,
before
well,
the
yeah.
episode.
Well, it's
But
good
so
to help
street racing,
everyone
you mean
listening
like
clarify.
so like fast driving in? Who's most likely to do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
like kind of high adrenaline, not exactly legal, kind of.
I mean, didn't Kimi Antonelli get his driving license taken away for speeding?
I mean, I feel like for F1 drivers, it's actually because they're so used to driving fast cars. It would actually be most of them.
Do you think?
I think so. I mean, we're obviously looking again for someone that's like quite aggressive. So
obviously
Verstappen comes
I mean,
to mind.
obviously not Cadillac or any of the Aston Martins.
They
Because
don't actually go
speed
above-
if they wanted to.
I was gonna say they don't actually go above those cars. Don't actually go above the speed limit. So it's like
No, I don't know. I feel like all the drivers are quite sensible. There, like street racing's incredibly dangerous.
Yeah,
And
I
most-
feel like they've.
like a lot of them have shunned the Indy 500 as an idea because it's too dangerous.
oh really?
I think so.
Oh.
So certainly Lando Norris has. I think. As I'm kind of.
It's
Alonso's done the Indy 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Alonso.
Okay, so Alonso is a street racer.
Yeah. I think. Hulkenberg's quite chill as well. I think maybe
I feel
he'd be
like
down
he
for
could
that.
do it because I feel like it's just the sort of thing he'd go and like be a super sub in the Indy 500.
I mean,
Yeah.
you mentioned that Raikkonen's done like rallying and stuff, right?
Yeah, or like he's tried when he
So he
did,
could- he
when
could
he
do
like
that.
retired before he unretired, he just went and did a bit of everything.
Yeah, so I think maybe Raikkonen then as an honorable mention. If he can do rallying, then he can definitely do street racing
Yeah.
because it's basically like street racing but just on a mountain or something. But yeah.
Sorry. Nico Hulkenberg super subbing in street racing. Super subbing in for Dom Toretto or something.
Oh my god!
I've
I
never-
can use in a Fast and
I've
Furious.
never watched any of the Fast and Furious
Oh, I
movies,
haven't.
so
I
this means
refused.
nothing
I
to me.
refused to.
I've seen about 4. Then I stopped.
Seriously, when I saw the most recent one that they go into space, I was like, okay.
Spoilers, Callum. I'm not.
I'm not.
yet.
I'm sorry. Like, who actually? If you learn that about the film, I'm saving you time because you're not going to want to go and watch it.
I mean, Alex
Have you actually seen that film?
I mean, Alex
No.
Albon has
Okay,
watched
good.
it because, like, when it was the F1 drivers explained F1 terms, he like explained understeer and oversteer in terms of Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a car guy, then you're gonna see a film about cars, no?
Yeah, but it's not about cars though. It's about family, and it just has fast cars in it.
Okay, so it's Max Verstappen's ideal film then. It's family and cars.
Pretty much.
They're his
yeah,
favourite
yeah.
things.
Fast and
Okay.
Furious is just the life of him and
What about Carlos?
Kelly Pico.
What about
Right,
Carlos Sainz then? Because isn't his dad also into cars? That's the definition of family in cars.
So this is no
What
longer
if we
street
get-
racing. This is who's most likely to appear in the Fast and Furious films.
What if we got all 3 Carlos Sainzes? Carlos Sainz's like cousin and manager who's called Carlos Sainz, and then Carlos Sainz's dad who's also called Carlos Sainz.
wait. Aren't isn't it brothers in Fast and Furious?
No.
If it was brothers, then it could be Leclerc and what's his brother?
Leclerc.
No, Leclerc.
Great choice
Okay.
to use surnames, Callum. Well done. Arthur and Charles.
Yes, that's
Yes.
it.
Okay.
Yes, I was not looking for Leclerc as a response to who was his brother. I think I know that his brother's called Leclerc as well.
Right. Okay.
Arthur, yeah.
Right. Fair enough. Okay.
I knew
But
that.
then whether
I
he'd
knew
go ahead
that.
with street racing, I don't know.
I knew that as well, but I just.
You just say Leclerc. Fair enough.
I mean, and also, Leclerc has won Monaco, and Monaco is a street race, so.
This is true.
Oh, he's great at street circuits.
Oh, in which case then maybe Perez, because he just
Yeah,
comes
he-
alive at street
yeah.
circuits.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
for the rest of the time, he's like in F3.
He
I
loves
have to
Baku.
admit, when you said street racing at first, I just thought it was like on a street circuit, and I was like, all of
I
them,
thought
they
you meant
all
like
have to do
driving.
it.
I think you meant like driving from like the Rosses or something.
Well, they might be.
It might be when
Yeah.
it gets out of hand.
I could see Perez like at Baku when it's when it's not the Grand
Getting
Prix
chased
racing
down
through
by
the streets,
police.
doing
Okay.
90 the 90-degree turns,
Like the 5-0.
trying to escape the police.
Just going round in a circle on the M25 for years.
Well, yeah, that's how you escape the that's how you escape the police on the M25.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely. Next question. Who is the driver most likely to be really excited to see balloons at the function?
Balloons.
Yeah, like
Oh,
really.
who's interested in like having a balloon arch or something?
For me, this is Behrman because he gives us such
I
youthful,
think you're
whimsical
looking
energy.
for someone like a young child kind of vibe. So maybe
Yeah.
like Albon, maybe.
What sort of balloons are we talking? Is it just the presence of balloons? Is it a custom balloon display? Is it
No,
like
they're just kind of all over the place,
they're just there, like a ball pit but balloons?
pretty much,
Yeah.
but less dense.
Yeah, more scattered. They can be hanging down from the ceiling if you want. It's up to,
Yeah, probably not helium though.
No,
Like
well,
to,
they wouldn't
to play,
hang
to
down
play with,
from
right?
the ceiling.
To
Sorry.
play with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a kind of person who would like use the balloons as like a football and do keeping.
Yeah, Behrman and Antonelli will be all over that.
I think,
Yeah.
I think Behrman I can see that in as well.
They'd hide a credit card inside.
They would. They so would. Great reference. For those who don't know, I think when they were teammates in F2.
Yeah, when they were Premier teammates, they stole. I think it was Antonelli's trainer's credit card and just used it to just buy things. And then they just said this on like a podcast.
Yeah.
And he was okay with this.
He didn't. They didn't tell him.
Did they not? They just returned the card
Yeah, and then just.
secretly. Wow.
That's
Didn't know
awful.
Yeah,
It
and
was-
they freely admitted to that.
It was for real, just the admitting to credit card fraud just on.
It's just
on
a
the
prank,
podcast.
bro. Like it's not. You just
I
use
think
your
they-
money to
It's a
like.
harmless
Like,
prank.
told
Is
him
it?
after the fact, as in like they'd already spent the money.
I mean, hopefully it's like to buy some ice lollies or something, not to I don't know buy. A
I was
house
hoping
or
it.
something.
I was hoping it was to like buy him presents, but that's just me.
Yeah, I guess it was delivered to his address, so he would have found out, right?
What
Who
if you
knows?
just go
You
to a
could
shop
just change
though?
the address.
No, I think it was like online because they were at trackside at the time. No, it wasn't like a prolonged period of time that they stole it.
Maybe they were
for.
trying to get him framed or something, so they just ordered like a load of stuff off the dark web and get it delivered to his house or something.
Ah, maybe.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not harmless, Callum. Stealing someone's credit card and buying perfectly legal items is.
Just
Of course.
buying like a load of HDMI cables or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're
That was
thinking.
a-
So we've mentioned Norris. We've mentioned Bortoletto. Sorry,
Behrman.
Behrman.
Behrman, yeah.
Behrman.
Uh-huh.
I think the F1 like award ceremony, like the FIA prize giving, would be more fun if there were balloons.
Are there no balloons?
There aren't any balloons.
I don't know. I've never really been before.
No, I've not been
Nor
either.
have I.
But like on the pictures, there don't seem to be balloons.
Oh.
I don't know.
If when we're head of the FIA, we will.
I'll rectify that.
Our manifesto will be we'll introduce.
I'm going to
balloons
get the
into
gold, like the gold balloons, the gold and silver shiny balloons.
That must have been the reason Hamilton didn't turn up in 2021. Because
Yeah.
there were no
No
balloons
There was
there.
Yeah, no,
I can't think of any other
no
reason.
now.
reason
Yeah,
why
yeah.
he wouldn't want
I
to
can't.
be
Yeah,
there.
Of course.
it doesn't. Yeah.
No, that makes sense
Yeah,
actually.
I think so.
So we're saying balloon. So we're saying Hamilton for this category.
We switched out last moment. if the function is FIA related, then Hamilton, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're approaching the end now. Driver most likely to flee to rural Bhutan to live out the rest of his days in the mountainous serenity of the Himalayas.
What the hell is this category?
Someone who goes off the grid and just kind of flees the
Quite
urban
literally,
lifestyle.
that works in two ways actually. Off the grid.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
pun intended, actually.
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah,
there something where Norris completely missed Hamilton's Ferrari announcement because he was just like on a
he was
retreat somewhere and he didn't have his phone on?
Yeah, he was in a cave or something.
He just didn't realise.
He was in a cave.
Literally in a cave. I think he was caving. Yeah. And he missed that Hamilton was going to Ferrari.
So
So he didn't believe his friend when he told him.
Or alternatively, Bottas. I feel like.
So he has that much money and he goes into a cave on holiday. Like I can do that just normally, and I don't need the money.
Well, not just because you have money doesn't mean that you're only allowed to do activities that cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
Caving's fun, surely.
what do you do?
No, it's
what do you
not.
do?
Okay, never mind. Then.
No.
I
What do you
haven't
do in
done it.
caving? Do you just go in a cave?
Sometimes it depends on if it's like you're going. You can go like more spelunking, which is like where you're actually exploring it, and like it's kind of like diving but not underwater.
Okay.
If I ever come on this podcast and say I'm going cave diving, please assume that I've been replaced by a clone
Yes. Will do.
and respond accordingly.
It's our responsibility to look out for that very plausible possibility.
Yes. Yeah, the FIA have picked you up for your comments on this podcast, and he's been replaced.
My comment.
I don't know. Miami then.
Yeah.
For calling it a beacon of trash.
I mean, maybe Jensen's been taken away at this point then, like because his comments in the last episode were interesting.
They were.
To be fair,
weren't
I do talk trash about the FIA quite a lot.
well, there we go.
So does every F1 podcast has a duty to do that though.
I think either Norris, just because it seems like it's happened before, or Bottas, just because it seems like something he'd do.
Well, I was thinking
If it was
Bottas.
Finland, I'd say Bottas, but I don't know whether he'd go all the way to Bhutan. That seems like quite a lot of effort.
That's what I was there. Like Bottas and Hamilton both have places that they adore and they go to, but neither of them are in the same continent as Bhutan. So I feel like they're both likely to do that, but just not to Bhutan. That's the issue.
How are
It's the
you
location that
relating Bhutan to a driver though?
I don't know.
Do we know anything about Bhutan?
I know what its flag looks like.
The mountains.
It's the flag.
Mountains. We want someone who's
Its
a big
flag
fan
is-
of mountains.
Its flag is the it's an orange triangle and a yellow triangle, and it has a white dragon on it.
Oh,
Let me show it to you. I'll get it.
No, I can
Yeah.
picture it. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, that was
Let me
nothing
show it
about
to you on a
country.
podcast. Thanks, Lucy.
What, you asked if we know
The
anything
viewer's like, I'm
about
not going to see the country of Bhutan flag.
Oh, I'm going to have to insert it on the video now.
It's, do we know anything about Bhutan? And I do know something about Bhutan.
Yeah.
It's
No,
the
I thought
flag.
that was like Cyprus, but I think Cyprus is like
Cyprus
white
is-
and then like
Cyprus
a
has a
thing.
picture of Cyprus.
So
on it.
yeah, that's true actually. Yeah.
Only two countries to have a picture of their country on a flag: Kosovo and Cyprus.
Thank you.
There you go.
That's a nice fact.
That's your general fact, not even an F1 fact, it's just your general fact of the day
Yeah.
for all of our podcast viewers.
Everyone put in the comments whether you prefer the Cyprus or Kosovo flag.
Feel free to comment absolutely anything. By the way, we will take any comments.
Well, not the hate comments, because we had one of those.
Well, they're pretty funny though.
Yeah, no, it was funny. Actually. We did have a lot about that.
Maybe we
Shout out to our hate
Why
commenter.
don't we invite people to comment stuff and then we can read it out at the start of each episode? We
That's
might
a
have to
great
censor
idea.
it, I suppose, but
at the start of next episode, we'll see whether more people like the flag of Kosovo or Cyprus.
Yeah.
we'll
From
see
the one
if we
response
retained
that we
any
get.
viewers from this episode.
If you're still listening at this point, please comment which flag you prefer, Cyprus or Kosovo.
Maybe we're the ones who need to go off the grid and go live in Bhutan.
I feel like I do.
I think so. After exams. then-
After exams, no, I'm using it to get away from mine.
Okay, I see. Fair enough.
I'm going to do my exams in Bhutan.
Doing them on a train, fine. Doing them in Bhutan, no.
Anyway, circulating back to like Formula One,
Vaguely.
vaguely, like the loosest connection to F1 you can possibly imagine.
We don't even race in Bhutan.
No. What's the
Imagine
closest
the
country that
Bhutan
we...
Grand Prix.
China. We most race in China. So.
Bhutan also the place that measure gross national happiness, or is that Brunei? It's like instead of measuring GDP, they measure like the quality of life.
This sounds like something you'd get on like a jet punk quiz.
This is something that I learned in my degree.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
my international development module.
Oh, lovely.
Callum, I believe you're about to bring us back vaguely to F1.
Oh, I have absolutely no idea.
Okay,
who-
all right,
who
fair
would be
enough.
in Bhutan.
Fair enough.
There we go. It is Bhutan, gross national. They
I was
measure
gonna
gross national
say
happiness.
Bottas because he's like very much about wilderness and.
We can go Bottas.
We can go.
But then whether he because he's more of a kind of forest person.
There are forests in Bhutan,
Oh, excellent. Okay, Bottas. There we go.
Yeah.
We've done the category.
and I think he'd quite like things being measured by gross national happiness rather than GDP.
Yeah, he seems like quite a happy person. I think he's quite like a because he's near
Do you
the
think
end, because he's near the end of his career, so he's getting to a point where he doesn't really give to. I can't say the next word, but he doesn't care about
Like
what's. He doesn't care about what is like going on in his career. Like he could just quit at any point. He's like Raikkonen.
feels like
He's more of a hobby for him.
Maybe if it was eco-friendly, Sebastian Vettel might just
Yeah,
you know,
Vessel.
like,
That's a good point.
just
Yeah.
I feel like
I think
Ricardo
so.
would quite like that as well, especially the happiness part.
Yeah. Maybe just whenever you retire from Formula One.
Yeah,
go
all
and
the
live in
retired
Bhutan.
F1 drivers
Everyone
who are still
who's-
alive are in Bhutan.
Every single F1 driver who is still alive, who has ever been an F1 driver before, like Marcus Winkelhock is in like.
Who on earth
Marcus
is that?
Winkelhock.
I don't know who that is.
That's my favourite niche driver to bring up now. Thank you. Do you have any facts about Marcus Winkelhock at all?
He the first no, I can't remember if it was because there were two because then he had his son as well. I think it might be his son Manfred, the first
Manfred Winkelhock, what a
But, like,
name!
But like his first ever race, his debut race in the 2007 European Grand Prix, he actually led it. And it was the only time Spiker ever led a Grand Prix, and it was because he started from the pit lane on wet tyres and everyone else was on inters. And then he didn't win because then they red flagged the race.
Oh,
but it was
what?
his first ever race start. He led the Grand Prix for like 15 laps.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty good.
There you go.
Wow.
That's your
Thank you for
that's your
that.
Winkelhock fact of the day.
If you could bring a new Winkelhock fact every podcast episode.
And now we come to our segment on the Winkelhock fact of the day. Over to you, Lucy.
So what have we had? We've had the flag fact of the day.
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
Winkelhock fact of the day.
I think
Right.
we should make this a new. This is now just us speaking off the air, really, but people can just get a sense of what that. I
This
think we
is
should.
just what I do. I just say random trivia facts.
We could have
Perfect.
we should make this a regular thing where you comment like your favorite like something in the chat. I mean, that's just be so random. So this week it can be comment your favorite flag out of the Bhutan or the Kosovo.
So anyone who opens the video and looks at the comments before watching it,
It's like,
just like
I thought it was an F1
the most
podcast.
confused comments. Last question, guys.
Oh, there's one more. Oh my god.
There's
okay.
one more.
Okay, right, yeah.
Because we have to actually like talk about F1, I guess.
Yeah.
Driver
If we have
most likely to win the World Championship this year.
I still think it's George Russell.
Just a name. Okay, Russell.
I still think it's Russell.
Kimi Antonelli.
Ooh, okay, we're split. I get the deciding vote then. I'm gonna.
It's not about okay. Whoever we decide will win the World Drivers' Championship.
We've talked about yeah. I'm going Russell. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys are boring.
Well, this isn't what's the most fun
No, but
answer you can give. This is what's the
Fernando Alonso. No. No. Do you know what? I genuinely think that it could be Antonelli. Because the thing is, I think that there's going to be other teams that come back into it, like McLaren, for example, but they won't dominate it. Mercedes will still be there, but that means that there's going to be less points to go around, and that means that whoever's taking advantage of this early stint where Mercedes are dominant, i.e. Antonelli, will get the upper hand, because then after that the points will be roughly distributed evenly between maybe Antonelli, Russell, Norris and Piastri, for example. Ferrari will drop off, as they always do. Red Bull will drop off.
Red Bull will drop off. Where
They already
drop
are, actually, to be fair, yeah.
They have, but I'm not thinking that there are drivers in the way between Antonelli and Russell. I just think Russell's gonna get better than Antonelli over the course of the
I
season.
know what you
Really?
mean. Even though Russell has had some rough races, this is not Verstappen having to overcome a 100-point deficit last year. That it's kind of even with other drivers in the mix. This is not a case of Russell has to win every race from now on in order to win the championship. Which is so I know what you mean, but I don't think we're at that point yet.
I don't think Russell's the kind of driver to
We've had-
spiral
I mean,
either.
Antonelli won't drop off though. I think he will still be there, so it's not like, yeah,
But also we've had 4 races.
yeah. Makes it. I mean, hopefully all of our viewers wouldn't have made it to this
That's
point.
what
in
I'm
the episode.
thinking. That's what I was
So
just
therefore,
thinking.
like, we don't have to bring it.
We're not going to be held up on that, except at the end
Although,
of the year when I
well,
bring it up.
I was
Yeah,
going to
I'm
say,
gonna bring
if
it up.
it's Antonelli that wins the championship, then I will bring it back up. But in
What
a season
happens if
review,
it's neither of them that wins the championship? Do we just never speak of this again?
Absolutely not. No.
Should we just record 22 different versions of us saying who we think's going to win the championship just in case?
What? And then right after the checkered flag in Abu Dhabi, I go back and edit it and
Yeah.
and insert the one.
if you check, I did say this. Oh, dear.
No,
Absolutely.
bold of you to assume the championship's going to last all the way to Abu Dhabi.
I know. Yeah, that was bold of me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it could.
I think
Or
it could-
maybe not. It won't be decided like really early on. It might
It
not go
won't
to
be
Antonelli. It
really
might be the race before.
You think
but-
it'll go to...
Because I don't think there's any one particular driver that's going to be ahead of it's going to come out on
No.
top of everyone else. Because I do think McLaren's will be in the picture soon.
No, but for
They
some
already
reason...
are in the picture.
For some reason, I just can't see it lasting all the way to Abu Dhabi. Like, not for any particular reason, I just can't.
Slightly disappointed that Bahrain's back as the season opener when we've had banging Australian
Is it
season
back?
openers.
Is it
Next
confirmed?
I think it's happening.
Oh, I mean,
I know, like, it's all right, but I think when it comes so soon after testing, like, what's the point?
that is the problem. If you do testing and the first race both in Bahrain, I think that
we
would
should
be.
just test in Barcelona now. It's off the calendar, like from next. Although it'll probably get rotated with Spa. But now I think they should
Why is
just.
Spa being rotated? Absolute joke.
And now we're just repeating our
Yeah.
continuous
Yeah,
conversation.
no, we are.
If you want to hear our discussion on this, then we had to do a whole 2-hour discussion on it. But.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our quite chaotic Driver Most Likely To episode of the Warwick F1 show. We've concluded that Antonelli's disruptive, Bottas is headed to Bhutan, and Manfred Winkelhock is the go, is what I'm getting from this episode and what we've recorded so far.
I think that's a fair conclusion.
So, if you agree with those conclusions, then
yeah,
feel free to
you know what? I'm
leave a
changing
comment.
my answer to the last question. Manfred Winkelhock 2026 WDC.
Yes, great. Thank you. Save us, Manfred, from Mercedes domination. Get back in that
he did
spiker.
drive a Ferrari car. It was a spiker with a Ferrari engine, but that count.
Okay, right. Oof, if it's Ferrari, then I'm feeling a lot less hopeful. But we'll have to wait and see. So thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Callum, for joining me on this episode. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming with a Canadian Grand Prix preview next week. So watch out for that. In the meantime, enjoy your week. Goodbye.